after months of avoiding public constituent input. Abracadabra. Ridgefield state elected officials magically reappear. Now they suddenly remember to care about what you think and hope you will excuse the inexcusable.
I thought one of the points of the meeting was for them to hear how we felt.
Absolutely, and that was another question.
And
we all
P&Z.
agree. We all
Yes.
agree.
I mean,
Yeah.
why won't they meet with P&Z, meet with us and P&Z?
They, in the message, they said, we will meet with you only after we have a meeting with you. We will meet with P&Z or with Rob.
With Rob. But it is
Separate.
with Rob, yeah.
Okay.
It's very odd that elected officials would refuse to meet with their constituents.
Yeah, I mean, so it's a lot easier to get one person to do, one thing. I do think it's important to have all four of them.
We can do it one at a time, I don't care, I think
Well,
it's
but I mean
important that-
publicly, I mean, not just for us, but like publicly, because I
Absolutely.
think they should hear what the Ridgefield residents are saying. I just want to make sure they are always supporting what's best for Ridgefield. 'Cause we are their constituents, they should be representing us, so I want to make sure we hear what they're thinking and they hear what the town is
But
about.
we've been saying that for a long time, and we're all in agreement with
Yeah.
that. But that's not what's actually happening right now. They're not gonna meet with us
No.
until after they voted.
Yeah, but that's
And I
too
don't like
late.
it. Yeah,
That's
it is.
too late. I mean, that's too late. It is.
Well, I would suggest the following, for now, is to draft a letter to each one individually asking for a meeting that is vitally important to us as the Board of Selectmen, representatives of the people of the town of Ridgefield as well, to express our collective feeling relative to the bills. They
Yeah.
need to know that before they vote.
And they need to hear also from planning and zoning.
Me talk to them before the vote.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they should hear from us, they should hear from planning and zoning, and they should hear from the public.
I don't want a public meeting, so I got that loud and clear.
That's the impression I was left with.
Yeah. Participation. The public, and I said, the public has to be present at our meeting.
Okay.
However, they don't want a Q&A with the public on the bills at this point. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, I think
Or
it
even
is
if I do
vital,
an email, they'll get those right away.
Right.
I think it's vitally important that
Sean?
Oh,
We-
100%,
we-
that's,
before they vote.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, this is interesting. We're all on the same page.
I'm here tonight to express my extreme disappointment in our legislators' most recent refusal to reschedule the public meeting that was scheduled for Saturday, April 29th. The recent hastily scheduled meeting Mr. Marconi and Mr. Connolly held with them at their request made very clear they have no intention of meeting with the very constituents they serve and represent. The conclusion that was reached at the end of your discussion at the last Board of Selectmen meeting was to yet write another letter to our legislators asking them for yet another meeting. And this is us back at square one. Only now we're even closer to the end of the legislative session. I know I speak for many in our community when I say that I'm frustrated with this entire process, as it's crystal clear that our duly elected legislators have successfully kicked this can down the road and will most likely complete this legislative session without a much-needed, transparent discussion with their constituents. The proposed Fair Share Bill and the Live, Work, Ride Bill, if passed, will change the landscape of Ridgefield forever. The Fair Share Bill will basically give away any local control we have over our own zoning regulations. The chairperson of our own P&Z, Rob Hendrick, is also against this bill, and he shared this with you at a recent Board of Selectmen meeting held on April 12th. The stakes are high in this community you've been elected to represent. Please speak out publicly against this proposed legislation and stand up for Ridgefield. Thank you.
Thank you. Just for the record, so the public understands, we are all against the legislation that's being proposed, the way it's been proposed relative to housing and the potential negative impact on Ridgefield. I've spoken with our state legislators. I sent a subsequent email to them, have not heard anything back, other than when we did meet with Sean Conley, who is not here tonight. They did say that if they had a meeting, there was nothing to report because all of the bills are being negotiated and there's no final decision. We felt that that wasn't what the purpose was. We wanted to be sure that they understood how the people of Ridgefield felt. And it was a meeting between both the Board of Selectmen and the Planning and Zoning Commission collectively that felt we wanted to be sure that they knew how the people of Ridgefield felt, at least the elected officials locally. And that's been our frustration. So that's it.
Now that the 2023 session of the Connecticut General Assembly has adjourned, like magic voila, Ridgefield's state legislators reappear and face the ire of their constituency.
First of all, I want to thank you for coming tonight. Although I will say, I think I'm not alone in saying that I was very disappointed that you didn't come before you voted on some of these measures. I know you were invited by the Board of Selectmen repeatedly and declined those invitations. And frankly, I personally felt that was unacceptable. And I frankly, as a voter, don't appreciate it.
I just want to, I think that we should clarify what happened when we were supposed to have a meeting with Planning and Zoning and Board of Selectmen. They did invite us. We all said yes right away. A colleague of ours took her own life, and we had a funeral that day, and so we could not attend, which I know everybody was very understanding about. And then we were in the thick of the final 4 weeks of session, and there was no day when all four of us could have come together. We had a meeting with them one-on-one, but not with the entire community. No. Correct. Yes, we did. We met with Selectman Connolly and Selectman Marconi to discuss process. You know, how could we possibly make sure that we get all of the information to you guys and to Planning and Zoning. Planning and Zoning is the board that you as a community elected, that we as a community elected to do this work for us. Board of Selectmen, we elected to do this work for us. So I certainly trust that those boards are able, capable, and willing to do the hard work to communicate with us what it is that the community is looking for. And they did that. And they advocated for Ridgefield. They advocated for all the voters of Ridgefield and all of the non-voters of Ridgefield. They advocated for you and for your community. And they got us all of that information in real time. And we were having a back and forth the entire time regarding these bills. So, and it wasn't just the fair share bill. There were multiple housing bills that we were talking about with regularity. We had a meeting, a Zoom meeting with the chairman of Planning and Zoning, along with other Planning and Zoning chairs in the district and other legislators across the aisle. It was collaborative and it was transparent. We had them with, I mean, it was at a certain point, it was a little difficult, to Mr. Tartaglia's point, to get to all of the other work because we were all so focused on trying to make sure that we were hearing what was going on here in the community. So I just want to be very clear. In no way did anyone here not want to have that conversation. It just didn't work out that was something that we can do, and we've never really been able to fit that kind of timing, and especially in that last month. It's why we do our Meet Your Legislator early in the session. We usually do that in February, and then it is buckle up, Buttercup, because we are going down and not able to really even look up from the work that we're doing until we get to that midnight sine die moment when session ends.
So I'm sorry, the library, how do you want to handle it?
You did indicate this one last question, and that'll be it. We're after we close now.
Hello. Oh, okay. Hi. Thank you. First of all, I want to thank you for this opportunity to meet you. And just to say, while I appreciate that you had those conversations with our Board of Selectmen and our Planning and Zoning Chair, and yes, we did elect them, I do have to say that we are your constituents, and I would, I did not hear anything from these ongoing conversations. And I am a resident of Ridgefield, and I don't know how I would have received that information, but I was I tried to come to the source, and I emailed you, I was trying to be respectful, and you emailed me right back, and I appreciated that. I know how busy you are. But I just wanted to say, I think it's really important to make the time to hear from your constituents, and not just the boards. So, and I appreciate that you had a death, and I apologize, I'm sorry for your loss. But, I hope that we can meet next time. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much.
This is Kurt Carr, on the record. Thank you for watching.